Hi, everybody. I'm Kuvi Axe with Root, the Good Food Agency. We are a marketing agency that specializes in relationship-based marketing. We do PR, social media, partnerships, and events. And you can find more about us at rootmarketingpr.com. Today, I am here with Kristine Carey, who's the Executive Director of Naturally Colorado. We are at the Women in CPG event, and it's the Boulder version of the kickoff of a 2.5-day event here at Rayback Collective in Boulder. And Kristine, the Executive Director, is really at the helm of some big changes that are happening.
Super exciting.
Yeah. You've probably heard of Naturally Boulder, I'm sure, but now it's Naturally Colorado. And Kristine, why don't you tell us a little bit? First of all, tell us how Naturally Boulder started, and then what you've seen recently that really inspired you guys to create a Naturally Colorado.
Sure. So Naturally Boulder started in 2005, so almost 20 years ago. And we were a community-based brand and service provider for natural and organic brands who were building their business. And it was a community for collaboration for what's your success? What's your challenges? Here's the problems I'm having. How do we help each other? Mm-hmm. And throughout the years, the community has grown. It has started in Boulder, but it has grown outside of Boulder. It's grown to the Front Range. And in the last couple of years, we know that there's a lot of brands that are building outside of the Front Range area. And we had the conversation that we're the community for Colorado, but we never really said that. We said we're Naturally Boulder. So I was always getting the question, do I have to be a business that's in Boulder? And you do not. So the real reason of the change is the name change to showcase that we are meeting people where they are, that we're not just for Boulder, we're not just for the Front Range, but also really incorporating companies, businesses, the community throughout Colorado.
And then tell us a little bit about what was going on in Denver.
So in Denver, Colorado Food Works was there. Colorado Food Works is very similar to what Naturally Boulder does, focused on food and beverage primarily. And this year, we're merging with them. So we're pulling our resources together. We have some board members that are coming from Colorado Food Works and will be on our board. We're doing some events together the rest of this year. And as of January 1, Colorado Food Works will be no more. But what lives with them is the idea of helping smaller startup brands build their business through farmers market, through education, all those pieces that we also do, but that they really focused on for the startup businesses. So super excited to be collaborating together in a much bigger way.
Will there be events all over Colorado or?
So our goal initially is to have events along the Front Range. So Boulder, Denver, Longmont, Golden, all along the Front Range. We will sporadically have some things throughout the mountains and Western Slope, but they will be coming throughout the year. And as we see the collaborations that are happening in the areas, our goal really is to plug into organizations that are already doing amazing work in the food, beverage, personal care space as we go along. And I'm excited to kind of start to partner with those people.
I love that. I feel like everywhere I go, I belong to a lot of food organizations and groups, and I see people are reinventing the wheel over and over and duplicating efforts. And, I feel like, why aren't we working together more? So I love that you guys are doing that. What are the kinds of things, let's say that first let's talk about, let's say you're a Denver business. What's likely to be something of interest to you? Are you going to be coming to Boulder? What's happening in Denver?
Sure. There'll be events that are happening again across the Front Range. So you can pick and choose what's happening. So we'll continue our signature events, our Spring Fling, our annual awards, and our Pitch Slam, which happens next year in 2025 in April. And so those signature events will still happen. We'll move some of them outside of Boulder into the Front Range, into Denver, so that there's more access to that. But when it comes down to the education panels that we do and the networking, those will be throughout the Front Range. So we have a networking event that happens every month on the last Wednesday of the month, which is a really easy way to understand what we're doing to network. It's a free event. So it's a great way to kind of dip your toes in to see what Naturally Colorado is doing. And then we have our education panels. We have webinars that are also free. We have morning mingles. We have a lot of collaboration. And we also have forums. So we have brand specific member forums where you can come together with other like-minded brands at different levels, or if you do marketing or if you do finance, and again, talk about successes and challenges. So you get to collaborate with someone like-minded with you.
This is so cool. I mean, that's such a tremendous resource and something that's so rare in the US. That's rare in the world. But it's really exciting that, it started in Naturally Boulder and was so helpful and was so appreciated that it then grew.
Yes.
Who was the second Naturally?
The second Naturally, I think, was the Bay Area.
Okay.
And then there was Chicago.
Yeah.
So it grew sporadically. And then in the last year, right now we have 10 different chapters, which is super exciting. So across the United States, so the Chicago or Bay Area, there's Los Angeles and San Diego, New York. So there are places where brands across the United States can really collaborate. And again, the focus is really that passion, that drive for natural and organic and at sustainable and that conscious businesses.
So for example, the Women in CPG event,
Yes.
which the Boulder kickoff, the Colorado kickoff is tonight right here.
It's tonight, and it's in person. So we have a speaker, Jane Miller from Rudy's Bakery.
Yeah.
She'll be talking, kind of giving her kind of career successes, challenges as a woman in CPG. So super exciting from a ability for learning, kind of what you're talking about, and collaborating. One of the things that we're doing here tonight is that we're having key topics for people to kind of group together and talk about, so that it's not just introducing yourself and what do you do. It's more introducing yourself and talking about what you do, but how does that collaboration help you with your business, and how can you help me and how can I help you?
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. It sounds great.
Yes.
Okay, so burning question, where are the big events happening next year? Do you know yet, or when are you going to?
So I don't know all the events that are happening, but I do know 2 that are happening right away at the beginning of the year. January 29th, we've partnered with Plant Moran, and we're doing a food and beverage leadership summit. Super exciting. It's a half-day event plus networking that's at the leadership level, so director level or higher within your business. You can be a brand and a service provider also. So you can sign up for that. That information will be live on our website in, I think, 2 weeks. And then we have our pitch slam. We don't have the specific date or location yet, but that's happening the first week of April.
Okay.
We also have our first partnership statewide that'll be happening with Startup Colorado. That will happen in March. That is a 4-week idea factory. So if you have an idea for your business or an idea of a business, it'll be 4 weeks of us working with you to be able to say, what is your idea? What are the great things about it? What are the challenges? How can we help you collaborate with other people? How can we connect you with other people within the community? And it'll be focused on food and beverage.
Okay, so
Across
it's
the state.
That is awesome.
Yes,
Startup
it is
Colorado.
It is a virtual program.
So
it
is once a week there's something?
4 weeks. Once a week, there'll be a key topic. I think it's for 90 minutes to 2 hours. Different people talking, different introductions, etc. And it will be specific for rural communities. So it'll be the opportunity for food and beverage, even just having an idea. You don't have your business started yet, to come to the table and say, all right, is my idea a good idea? Or where can I finesse my idea?
Who are the experts that are helping those people decide whether their business is viable or not?
We have 2 experts for Startup Colorado who have done accelerated programs through Techstars. So they'll be teaching some of the courses. We also have an organization across the state that is the state of Colorado, the Food and Business Centers. And those people will also do some of the training. And then Naturally Colorado will also be providing some connections and some intro education pieces also.
Wow, it sounds fantastic.
Yes.
Is there a price for that? Is there a cost to that?
No, actually, there is no cost to that, but you do have to apply. And then the application process, I don't know all the details for the qualifications yet, but it is a pretty exciting program.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
And we will be taking 15 entries for that.
Okay.
For the cohort.
Okay. Where do people go for more information about that?
So that will again come up into our newsletter and then also on our website. Probably in January that will come up because the first week for it is in March. So that'll be launched in January. Keep an eye on our newsletter. If you want to sign up for that, you can go to our website at the bottom of the website on the homepage. And then also on our website, we have our events, and that event will be listed on there also when it's live.
Okay. And the website address is?
Naturallycolorado.org.
Okay. And then the Naturally Network.
Yes.
That's where you go for.
Yes. And then they also do events throughout the year. That are larger events. They have their supply side where they take people to brands to supply side, minority owned fellowship. And then we're actually working with Fancy Food, and they are working with Fancy Food. So we'll be submitting brands to go to Fancy Food also.
Oh my gosh, there's so much going on. It's so exciting. Okay. So naturallynetwork.org.
Yes.
For the national stuff.
For the national.
But Naturally Colorado for the Colorado stuff.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sign up for that newsletter, and that's how you'll hear in time all the things that are coming up that you need to know about.
Yes.
Quick plug for the membership. What do they get as members?
Sure. So as a member, it's $100 for the year. And basically you have access to all the events. You have access to the connections, the collaborations that are happening. You have access to be on a forum as a brand member. As a service provider, there are many sponsorship opportunities for the forums, for the different events, and for the collaboration that happens between myself, recommendations, who needs what, who's an expert at what, and bringing people onto panels. So all the education, all the networking, all the collaboration are all elements of what we offer at Naturally Colorado.
And that's for $100 a year.
$100 a year.
That is amazing. Yeah. And then, of course, you also take sponsors.
Yes, we do take sponsors, and sponsors have the opportunity to do overall sponsorships where your brand can be on our website and a newsletter. We do content. We do education panels where an expert of the company might be on a panel. Also, when I understand what sponsors do, because I do one-on-ones with all the sponsors, I do recommendations also. So when a brand comes to me and says, I need this, I have a list of, people that I know that I can recommend who know that the community trusts to do a good job at what they're doing it.
It sounds like Naturally Colorado is still going to be just the right size, right? And it'll be big enough to have a lot of new and exciting programs and offer a lot, but it's also still going to be small enough to where you can where the connections are still going to be there, the personal touch.
The connections are really the key part because it's lonely out there trying to build your business, either side, brand or service provider. Because when you're alone, you're brainstorming by yourself. And what our community allows you to do is connect with other people that you can brainstorm with, you can collaborate with. You can find a designer. You can find somebody to help you with packaging. You can find somebody that can help you build your business, a mentor. We have an amazing mentorship program where, and there's one going on right now where as a brand, you can apply as a mentee and we can find you a mentor depending on what you're looking for. Maybe you're looking to scale your business. Maybe you're looking just to start your business, get into farmers markets. Maybe it's packaging, all those elements, and we'll find the right expert, the right mentor that can help you build your business. And that's a 5-month program that mentor will work with you.
All that and more on naturallycolorado.org.
Yes.
I mean, priceless. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.